What if the biggest bully in Danville wasn't actually a bad guy? At first glance, Buford Van Stomm looks like the tough kid everyone should avoid. He threatens Baljeet almost every day, loves showing off his strength, and rarely smiles. But underneath that rough exterior is one of the most loyal, funniest, and surprisingly emotional characters in Phineas and Ferb. Today, we're exploring the complete life story of Buford Van Stomm, from his unexpected origin as a frightened little boy to becoming one of Phineas and Ferb's closest friends. Let's get started. Early life. Buford Van Stomm grew up in Danville with his mother, Bethany Van Stomm. Although he eventually became known as the neighborhood bully, he wasn't always fearless. Believe it or not, young Buford was actually weak and timid. While he occasionally caused trouble as a toddler, he wasn't the intimidating kid everyone would later know. Everything changed one day at a carnival. Buford won a tiny goldfish as a prize and named him Biff. On the way home, an older bully stole the fish and threatened to eat it alive. Something inside Buford snapped. For the very first time, he stood up to someone stronger than himself. He fought back, rescued Biff, and discovered he was much tougher than he ever imagined. From that moment forward, Buford decided that no one would ever push him around again. Ironically, he became the bully himself. The neighborhood bully. By the time summer vacation arrived, Buford had built quite a reputation around Danville. His favorite target was Baljeet. Whether it was wedgies, teasing, or chasing him around town, Buford constantly picked on the intelligent kid. Yet despite all the threats, there seemed to be an unusual friendship growing between them. Buford wasn't like most cartoon bullies. Instead of being an enemy, he joined Phineas and Ferb on nearly every adventure. He helped build incredible inventions, traveled around the world, explored ancient temples, played sports, and even performed in bands with the very people he supposedly bullied. It quickly became clear that Buford was more of a rough-around-the-edges friend than a true villain. A soft heart. One of the biggest surprises about Buford is how emotional he really is. When his beloved goldfish Biff disappeared into the ocean, Buford was devastated. Although he tried pretending he wasn't crying, everyone could tell how much he cared. Once Phineas offered to help find Biff, Buford became incredibly grateful, even wanting to hug everyone around him. He also secretly loves teddy bears. His childhood teddy, Teddy Boo Boo, means the world to him, despite his attempts to appear tough. These moments reveal that Buford hides a genuinely caring personality beneath his intimidating image. His friendship with Baljeet. Perhaps the most interesting relationship in the series is between Buford and Baljeet. On the surface, they're complete opposites. Baljeet is smart, polite, and cautious. Buford is loud, reckless, and intimidating. Yet somehow, they're almost always together. Whenever Phineas assigns teams, Buford and Baljeet often work side by side. They argue constantly, they annoy each other, but when real danger appears, they always have each other's backs. Over time, their relationship evolves from bully and victim into one of the show's funniest friendships. Hidden talents. Most people assume Buford is only strong. They're wrong. Buford has many surprising talents. He speaks fluent French, though he prefers keeping it a secret. He's also an accomplished musician, playing drums, trumpet, piccolo, violin, concertina, and several percussion instruments. He even performs in bands alongside his friends. Considering his rough personality, these hidden skills make him one of the show's most unexpected characters. His love for adventure. Unlike many bullies in cartoons, Buford never refuses an adventure. Whether Phineas builds a giant roller coaster, a spaceship, time machines, or even world-traveling vehicles, Buford happily joins the fun. Sometimes he's skeptical, sometimes he complains, but he's almost always there when things get exciting. His participation shows that he truly enjoys spending time with the group, even if he pretends otherwise. Family traditions. Buford often mentions unusual Van Stomm family traditions. Many involve bizarre songs, strange customs, or stories that leave everyone confused. These hilarious family references add another layer to his unique personality and suggest he comes from an eccentric family with generations of odd traditions. Growing up. In the special episode, Act Your Age, fans finally get a glimpse of Buford several years into the future. He's grown much taller and slimmer while keeping his recognizable confidence. Instead of being known as a bully, Buford matures into a more relaxed young adult. The future also reveals that he plans to study film, suggesting his interests extend far beyond intimidating classmates. Why fans love Buford. Buford succeeds because he's far more complex than he first appears. He's intimidating, yet incredibly loyal. He's loud, yet surprisingly thoughtful. He's rough, yet deeply emotional. Instead of remaining a one-dimensional bully, he becomes one of the funniest and most lovable members of Phineas and Ferb's friend group. Many fans even consider him one of the best examples of character development in the entire series. Buford Van Stomm started life as a frightened little boy protecting his goldfish. That single brave moment transformed him into Danville's toughest kid, but underneath the muscles, threats, and grumpy attitude was always someone who valued friendship, loyalty, and adventure. Whether he was helping Phineas build impossible inventions, arguing with Baljeet, or searching for his beloved fish Biff, Buford proved that appearances can be deceiving. And that's why, years after Phineas and Ferb first aired, Buford remains one of the show's most memorable and beloved characters. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, whose life story should we cover next from Phineas and Ferb? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, get me to 1K subscribers, so I can do a face reveal soon.